Sup guys, my name is Justin, I'm joined with Nate.
What's up everybody?
And welcome back to another episode of Black Series Bangers and Blunders. Today we're continuing the banger train, and we're going to be talking about the Super Battle Droid. This is another one of those figures that is just going straight to banger status. And I'm going to be honest, Nate, it's going straight into my top 10 of all time. This figure.
I 100% agree with you. This is a top 10er of all time. Some people might be calling a little recency bias because this is the brand new clean single packed version with the blaster effect, as you can see. But you know, we've had plenty of time with the first version, which is just different paint.
Yeah.
So I think we knew we were going to love this figure from the start, and now we finally have it in hand. Even though it didn't really take that long. I say final, but really, was it that long of a wait?
In relation to how long we've been waiting for the concept of this figure, we've been waiting like 10 years for it. But yeah, it didn't take that long from pre-order to into our homes, Nate. Like you said, this one is the fan channel version that is the clean version from 2024. This figure is just amazing. We could probably briefly hit on things that we've talked about before, like sculpt. Thank goodness, Nate, that this wasn't the Mando design or the stylized 3D Clone Wars design. This is the Chad Super Battle Droid from the live action, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, well, I honestly wouldn't mind having those different versions. I am glad that to get things started, they chose the classic design, the superior design, the best design
and Black
of the
Series,
Super Battle Droid.
Yeah, Black Series always goes with the live action look, but I was a little afraid because there's two different live action looks for this particular design.
Yep.
The sculpt is absolutely amazing. It looks like you plucked this figure right out of the screen. It looks absolutely screen accurate as far as the sculpt goes, and with that amazing sculpt, we have incredibly sturdy articulation, Nate.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we were a little nervous about when this figure was coming would be the stability. Black Series has a pretty bad issue with the droids when it comes to stability. There's been quite a few recently that have just been really awful.
Yeah.
So, given the top-heavy design of the Super Battle Droid, I think we were a little concerned. But thankfully, once we got it in hand, we realized that while it is thin one way, you turn it the other way, it's nice and wide.
The legs, yeah.
Yeah, the legs, the feet have a good, solid basis to them as well. They're not super thin, they're not super tiny. So they have engineered this figure in such a way where these legs support the weight, no problem. You could do running poses with the Super Battle Droid, 1 foot poses, hit the gwitty poses.
Very true.
That's just how dynamic it is and how easily it can stand.
Yeah, because the joints are just so sturdy. They're not loose at all. Like the upper leg that connects it to the torso and then the joint at the knee. They are just so sturdy. They're not ratchet joints, obviously, but they're like one step away from like almost being like a click, like a ratchet joint.
Yeah.
It is not though, so don't quote me there. This figure is like the perfect storm. It's like the exactly how I wanted, and it's exactly what I predicted. Like you were saying with the stability. I was like talking in the Discord for months and months when this figure was pipelined. I'm like, guys, look at the side. Look how wide it is. Like, it's going to be able to stand. They're going to give it nice, tight articulation. It's going to be able to stand, and it's going to be sturdy. And everything happened as I had foreseen. It's also not a deluxe, which...
Yep. That was another thing we thought was going to happen. Just simply because, again, in the Black Series, there is a history of, the figure's a little bit bigger. Deluxe.
Yep, it's a unique sculpt. Deluxe.
Yeah, so we were like, oh no, we're cooked on the Super Battle Droid. But the fact that it is a standard, regularly released figure is awesome. I mean, we even get a blast effect with it, which is very few and far between.
Yeah.
Especially these days, accessories are lighter than ever. Even, Black Series has always had pretty light accessories, but nowadays it's even worse. So it's nice that they spiced up the single release and gave us the blast effect, because that was not in the 2-pack.
Right, because, like, what else can he come with, really? And I like the ideas they had when it comes to improving the value of this figure. Again, it's a $24.99 figure that doesn't really interact with anything as far as accessories. So things like the blast effect increases that value on a regular figure. And things like the removable headpiece and chest, which, like, unveils a pretty crazy amount of sculpted detail and paint. Which is just, again, mind-blowing. Again, this figure is just the perfect storm. Was totally not expecting a blast effect. Was totally not expecting the removable headpiece and torso piece. And it turns into this beautiful Republic Commando callback. I'm like, how awesome is that?
Right. That was 100% not expected at all. And just such a cool callback that it makes me think, like, I just imagine that was all Eric. Since Eric's a big gamer,
right,
and he's always batting up for gaming greats figures, I just like to imagine that was him doing.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Throwing in the Republic Commando reference.
Oh yeah, and this one even has a little bit more paint.
Yeah, it does. It has 2 extra little yellow hits of paint right there that the 2-pack version did not have. So it has more paint on it,
and there's so much sculpted detail in there. There's like line work, there's texture, again there's paint. Look at that, there's even a little line of yellow right there.
Ooh.
So I love posing these when a clone is like shooting it from like a first person POV. You have a really nice shot of Boss,
right,
like you're playing the game, and then, you know, the super battle droid is exposed. You could have him dead on the battleground, exposed like that. You can pose him stomping on a clone trooper because the articulation is so good. The possibilities are literally endless. And I'm thankful that they're pumping out repaints of this. We got the Geonosis one initially. We have the regular one that comes with the blast effect. There's a Jedi Survivor one that has the rocket arm.
Yep. I'm sure we're going to get the Gaming Greats white V-stripe
version. I'll take it.
We'll probably get a regular version like this with the rocket arm. You know, the opportunities are endless, and I'm here for it. This was one of our most wanted figures for literally 7 years in a row.
It was our number one.
Right.
Yeah.
You could watch our videos all in a row and see how long we waited to get this figure. And it's just such an excellent execution. One thing we didn't really talk about is the little bit of paint that the normal parts of the figure have, which I think I really appreciate, like the little bits of silver in the joints. Really elevates the figure. I love the way it looks.
Oh, yeah.
The simple little red dot. I think on the clean version, I really do like the blue as well. I know some people think it might be a little bit too blue, but I don't know. I think it works just fine for me.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all on the shelf. When I'm looking at this figure, it does not bother me in the slightest. And there's a couple shots in like Revenge of the Sith where it looks pretty blue. So I can see where they were getting that from. The only critique I have on this figure, genuinely, is the blaster on the wrist looks pretty dull because it's just like that dull, sparkly plastic that Hasbro uses.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could have gone with maybe that chromish look that's in between the joints on the blaster. I just feel like the blaster needs a little bit more detail. But in all honesty, that's like the only problem I have with this figure.
Yeah. Even if they would have molded the blaster in the same plastic as the arm piece itself, I think it would have looked a lot better. But it's obvious that it's like, you know, it's a different separate piece. So it's cast in a different plastic. So it doesn't match the arm either. So it just kind of sticks out.
Yeah.
But really, that's such a minor nitpick. Everything else about this figure just is completely on another level.
Yeah, it's a top 10er. 100%. Like, I'm calling it now. That figure will be on our top 10 of all time, without a doubt.
Oh, this is...
It delivered.
Yeah, this is easy. Easy top 10. I think it's going to be even easy top 5. I
could see it.
This figure might be going straight to the moon for us. The blast effect piece too works great. Plugs right into the blaster itself, and you could have it where it's just the effect piece, and then there's also the blast part of it.
Blaster bolt.
So that was also something I didn't expect. I didn't know this was going to be 2 pieces. So
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So I was like, so now I need one firing the bolt, one not firing the bolt. I'm going to need one battle damaged, one regular. And I'm like, wow, this list of battle...
It truly is an army builder. I mean, there's some different looks you can get going.
Yeah, they did a really great job. This is easily going to go down as one of the best examples of army building in the entire Black Series. I think something like this is almost up there with the Hoth Rebel and the Endor Rebel, just in terms of like how many different things you can get going with this figure. They're releasing it a little differently.
Yeah.
You know, just swapping out the arm, the blast effect, stuff like that. But the removable pieces, the different options with the blast effect piece itself, it's awesome.
I got 3 on the way, and that tells you it's a Black Series banger. Because I have the Geotnosis one, so that means I'm going to have 4 super battle droids. I usually don't go over 2 when it comes to troopers, but for this long-awaited figure, I had to go 3 on the regular-looking B2, and that is why the super battle droid is undeniably a Black Series banger. I don't want to see any hearsay in the comments. Just kidding. If you actually do disagree, definitely let us know in the comments down below. We always love conversing with the Black Series community.
Absolutely.
Hit like, subscribe if you are new. We are always talking about Star Wars, the Black Series, here on the channel. I've been Justin, joined with Nate.
Take care, everybody.
And we will see you guys in the next video.
Get freaky, baby.
Oh, God. The Super Battle Droid Mainline Standard Release. I called it Mainline.
Fan channel is the new mainline.
That's facts. Sup, guys? My name is Justin. I'm joined with Nate.
What's up, everybody?
And welcome back to another episode of Black Series Bangers and Blunders. Today we're continuing the banger drain. Fuck me!
The banger drain.
Fuck this.
Bits.
Fuck. Sup, guys? My name is Justin. I'm joined with Nate.
What's up, everybody?
And welcome back to another episode of... Fuck, dude. I can't do it. Fuck. Sup, guys? My name is Justin. I'm joined with Nate.